want to use functional breathing to create intra-abdominal pressure, and that will lead to better balance, proprioception, and stability coming from the very core of your body. We're going to start standing, and you're going to place one hand at the lower ribs, right about the respiratory diaphragm area, and then the other hand at the low belly. So we're going to mimic that rhythm of respiratory diaphragm, pelvic floor diaphragm, and you're going to inhale, and you want respiratory diaphragm and pelvic floor diaphragm to descend and expand, and then exhale, everything pulls back in and up. Do a few more. Inhale, exhale, keep going. Remember that this can be elusive, and you're looking for natural rhythms. So it may actually require less doing, less efforting, because that will use the muscles you've always used, the patterns and neural pathways you've always taken. The hands train your mind's eye. One more. And then let your hands go down, and 3 more breaths. We're going to start moving to the best of your ability. Keep breathing with that relationship between respiratory diaphragm, pelvic floor diaphragm. You're going to shift your weight onto your left leg, put the right foot behind, and then roll over the toes. If the circles are uncomfortable, you can pedal the foot and then go the other direction. If you're pedaling, keep pedaling. And you notice that I'm balanced over the standing leg. I'm not shifting back. And the more you're stacked over the standing leg, the more freely and fully the foot will move. And then put that foot down, change sides. And these joint rolls awaken the body. They're going to reduce tension. You know, we're often holding patterns of tension and stress, and we don't even realize it. Go the other way. We're going to do about 5 circles in each direction. And then once you're complete, both feet on the floor, and the next circle's with the pelvis. And it's like you're stirring a pot with the pelvis. There's not a lot of bending or hinging. You don't want it to feel like salsa hips. I'll imagine the sacrum like a spatula, and then the stem of the spine is the handle, and then you're stirring the pot of the pelvis. Go the other way after about 5 to 8. Smooth and small is preferable to large and clunky, and that will be true in all of the circles that we will do. And once you're complete, we're going to move on to the shoulders. You're going to roll the shoulders back first. And then forward. Now circles with the nose, and it's like you have a marker on the tip of your nose and you're trying to draw a perfect circle. Again, smooth and small over large, and a lot of snap, crackle, pop. Other way, and it's clearly from the nose, not the chin, not the neck, not the eyes. And then back to center. Take a few full deep breaths. Notice if the breath moves more freely already. It always does for me after that work. The respiratory diaphragm just feels free. Next, hands are going to go to low belly. Feet are going to be about hip distance apart, sitting bone distance apart. And you're going to lift the heels up, and inner heels, inner thighs are magnetized, and it's like you're zipped up through the very core of the body. And then you're going to lower down slowly. You can do that 4 more times. Inhale when you lift. Exhale when you lower. I'm going to turn sideways because it's not about how high you lift the heels. It's about that connection to the core. And this is actually starting to work proprioception. Again, inhale. It's like you fill up like a balloon and you become light. Exhale as you lower down. You want to feel that lift in pelvic floor and respiratory diaphragm. 1 more, and then we add the arms. And now the arms are going to be beside the body, and you're going to inhale, sweep the arms up as you lift the heels up. Exhale, lower heels down, lower hands down, and keep going. This can be harder than it sounds and looks. And again, we're training the functional breathing and watching how it creates more balance, proprioception, and core strength. And that's coming from the intra-abdominal pressure. So to a certain degree, the poses are just experiments we're running to improve and enhance and expand our relationship to breathing. Very good. Now something a little different. You're going to slide the right hand down the right leg, and then the left arm is going to come up and over by the ear. So it's like the side bends we did seated, and you want to breathe into the rib cage, and we're going to inhale up. You're going to circle the arms around, and then exhale, go to the other side. I'm not going so far that I collapse. I want more tensioning and lengthening, and that is strength building. Inhale up and around. Exhale, side bend. Inhale, circle the arms. Exhale, side bend. 1 more. Now we're going to add some challenges. Inhale, up and around. As you side bend to the right and the left arm is up, you're going to hover the left foot off the floor. You want to hugging in. So again, there's that kind of this zip going through the core of the body. And it's more like I'm lifting the leg with core strength, not just holding it out to the side by hip strength. And then inhale up and around. Exhale, side bend, and the right leg will go out. I'm going to hug in enough to feel connected to the core. Keep going. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, circle the arms. Exhale, side bend and hover the foot of the upper arm. 1 more, and then we add on again. And the 1 breath, 1 movement really asks you to focus and find that core connection. Next, side bend to the right. The left arm is up. I'm going to shift onto the left leg and lift the right leg up. And again, I'm hugging the leg in. The foot is in that same Tadasana position. So it's more like it's just up. It's not out to the side or forward. And then back to center and side bend to the left, and left leg lifts up. Keep going. Inhale, circle the arms. Exhale, side bend. You can hover the foot. Inhale, up and around. Exhale, side bend from the core. You can challenge your balance. 1 more. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. And then inhale back to center. Stretch both arms up. Press both heels down. And then exhale, arms come down. Similar but different. I'm going to turn sideways so you can see me. Right leg is going to go back, toes are on the floor. Hands swing back. And then I'm going to inhale, draw the right knee into the chest. I'm pushing through the left leg like I'm trying to jump upwards. And then exhale, I'm going to take the hands back and the foot back. Keep going. Inhale, arms up, knee up. Exhale, hands back, foot back. Now stick with that where the toe is touching down each time. Or when you extend the leg back, the foot can hover off the floor. And eventually this can turn into almost like a warrior 3 variation where I'm extending the leg back and dropping the chest down, but you want to stick with the breathing. So it's inhale, arms up, knee up every time. Exhale, arms back, foot back every time, regardless of how high the leg is. One more. Inhale and exhale. The dismount is inhale, arms up, knee up. Exhale, hands down, foot down. So again, you're using the breathing. The movement is reminding you to breathe, and then you're testing, training the body for balance and proprioception from the breath. Left foot back, arms back, inhale, arms up, knee up. And do the first 2, exhale, hands back, foot touches down. And then eventually you start building, testing, and the movement can become very fluid, very graceful. Inhale, knee up, arms up. Exhale, arms back, leg back. A few more like that. One more. Now this also trains leg strength. We've got core strength. Arms up, knee up. Hands down, foot down. And we can use that for back bending and forward bending. Like seated, you're going to press the heels down, lift the chest up. The pelvis does go forward. And then exhale, pull the belly back, pull the ribs back, slide your hands down, your legs unfold. Slide the hands back up your legs. Chest up, the arms can go out to the sides, externally rotate so the palms face out, and then exhale, slide the hands down your legs and fold. 3 more like that. Inhale, you're in a standing back arch. Exhale, you're in a standing forward bend. 2 more. Legs are just as strong as the balance poses. 1 more. And then inhale up. And arms are going to come beside the body. Okay. Next, hands at the chest and thumbs are going to rest against the sternum. And you're going to twist to the right. And as you twist, you turn the upper body, but you don't want to destabilize the knees or the lower back. And then inhale back to center, and then exhale, twist to the other side. Again, inhale. And you're using the abdominals to exhale, twist. Note that I'm not turning the pelvis or the knees. And then inhale and exhale. Adding on, inhale, center. Exhale, twist, and you're going to extend the arms out to the side like wings. And then inhale back to center. Exhale, twist, and extend the arms. 1 more like that. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Now, adding on, inhale, arms up. Twist and extend the arms down into that same T shape. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, twist and arms to the T or out to the sides like wings. Keep going. Inhale. Exhale. Even though the arms are moving, inhale. It's like we're pivoting around the central axis of the body. Exhale. Now arms up on the inhale and exhale, arms down. Now, right foot back behind you again. Right knee is going to come into the chest. Right arm's going to circle up and around, and you're going to land in this standing balancing twist. Left hand is holding right shin or right knee. And then return to center, both arms up, and hands down, right foot down. Left foot back. Left knee comes into the chest as the arm goes up and around, almost like a rainbow. And I like that entry because it helps me find a sweet spot with the left hand. And I'm more likely to move from the core of the body versus the head or focus on the arm. Inhale, arms up and keep the knee up. Exhale, hands down, foot down. One more like that. Right leg back. Inhale, up and around into the standing balancing twist. Breathe with circumference to create more connection in the very core of your body. One more breath, 3 in total. And then arms up, keep the knee up, hands down, foot down. Left leg up and around. Hold for 3 breaths. Breathing with circumference. Looking for that rhythm to ripple all the way into pelvic floor diaphragm. Arms up, knee up, hands down, foot down. Now, you're going to start in a wide-ish stance, feet a little wider than the hips. You'll turn the right toes out. I'm going to change sides, and then left foot back. And you're going to stretch the left arm up. And you're going to reach, and then the left hand's going to slide down the right leg a little bit, or a lot, or maybe all the way to the foot, and then the right arm's just going to reach up. You're going to push into the feet, come up. It's like the standing balancing twist in a lot of ways. You're going to pivot the feet. Notice that I'm not hesitating to adjust the distance between the feet, and then I'm going to slide the hand down the opposite leg. So it's a standing balancing twist, but it's more about the core strength. And you're going to go in and out, spiraling the arms, pivoting the feet. It can be slow, but resist staying in the pose and getting fixated on how far you're twisting. Treat it more like a balance pose, staying steady in the feet, connected to the core, rhythmic with your breathing. 1 or 2 more on each side. Again, the twists open up the facet joints. They release the respiratory diaphragm. And then once you're in that wide stance, press your feet down, pelvis forward, chest up for 1 inhale. And then exhale, stand up, Tadasana, mountain pose. We're going to close with some standing breathing, really imprinting this relationship of respiratory and pelvic floor diaphragm. Feet, again, a little bit wide, outer hip distance apart. The arms go up and around. At the top, fingertips touch, and then you're going to bring the hands down through the core of the body. A few more of those. Inhale. And exhale. 1 more. Option to add on, you'll take the arms up and around. When the hands come down, you'll bend the knees a little bit. It's almost like a plunger. You're pushing the hands down. Pelvic floor will lift up. Respiratory diaphragm lift up. Note that I'm not tucking under at the buttocks. I'm not dropping the chest. Spine is upright. I'm just bending the knees as I straighten the arms. Again, inhale. And exhale. Keep going. Three more. Inhale, gathering your practice. Exhale, grounding your practice. Inhale, gathering life force energy. Exhale, bringing it down through the core of your body. One more. And then inhale, arms go up and around. Exhale, bring one hand to the low ribs, one hand to the low belly. Take 5 full deep breaths here. Can you sense that ripple of relationship between respiratory diaphragm, pelvic floor diaphragm? And over time, as you repeat this practice, can you see how it contributes to balance, proprioception, inner stability, and strength? From here, you can move on with your day. It's a complete practice and one that brings, again, this sense of inner strength. You could also use this as a warm-up for a more dynamic practice or sun salutations. Thank you for practicing.